Welcome back to Wildland Recce, where we go out into the backcountry and I take you along with us. So today I'd like to introduce you to the star of the show, because really, who wants to see this? This is Trinity. She's a 1986 British Bedford MJ, ex-Army truck. She's got a comms box on the back of her. She's four-wheel drive. She can go pretty much anywhere, with one caveat. She doesn't go very fast. But again, I don't think on this channel we'll be in a rush to get anywhere. So when we're going down the road, we're going to be doing 80 kilometers an hour. For my American friends, that's 50 miles per hour. But otherwise, she's a hell of a lot of fun. So why don't you come along with me and we'll do the tour around. We're over on the driver's side of Trinity now, and I'm going to show you basically what she's all about. So Trinity's got some pretty big tires. So these are 12 by 20s, fairly large tire. One thing to note about them is I'm told that they've got the same style as a Land Rover Defender seals on the inside. They're actually leather seals. So when all Trinity sits for a little while, she gets a little bit weepy because those leather seals just sit and a little bit of grease by. So on the other side, you'll see that it started weeping, but once I started driving it again, sealed back up. So the big military tires with big lugs, I can get my finger right in there between those lugs. Nice lugs, a little noisy on the road, but that's okay. Getting into the engine here. Engine is a diesel engine. It's not a big engine. It's a Bedford 103 horsepower. It's got a turbo on it. I did upgrade the turbo recently. You can see down below here. Lower you down. There isn't a Webasto diesel engine heater, so burns diesel, circulates the coolant through the engine, warms the engine up before you get her started. Really a lot better on the engine for cold starts, and so that less stress. So she warms up that engine up to good operating temperature, and then I can start her up. Excellent investment for a diesel engine. All right, moving on from the engine, there's the battery bay with two 12-volt batteries around a 24-volt system. We look way up underneath here. There is a converter, so I do have a step-down 24 to 12-volt step-down, so all of the stuff I run in the cab, lights and charging devices and whatnot, are able to run on 12. So I keep one gas, another one diesel. Gas for the generator, little Honda generator we run. We move over to the underneath here. We have an air inflation system, so there's a little gauge back there, basically showing air pressure in the system, and then I can pull off of that and inflate and deflate tires. Over here we have got the fuel tank. So I can do about 100 liters. We get about 450 kilometers at a time on the tank. Just newly upgraded this, so it was rusting, and like everything does. But I did go and have it had it cleaned her all up and whatnot. Put some primer and then Raptor coated it, so that's why it's black and doesn't match everything else. Eventually, I would love to turn the rims black as well. I think it's one of my next projects. As you can see here, there's the diesel tank for the S-bar heater. It sits right there. I haven't plumbed it into the main tank yet. I think that might be an option for the future. It's just more convenient to have it separate. You're not sucking out of your main tank if you're sitting around the same spot for too long. The exhaust comes out right there. It doesn't have a stack up the side. A lot of other trucks too. So the exhaust is right there. Rear wheels. Again, once upon a time, those hubs used to leak, but I replaced those seals. As you can see the side of Trinity here. You see the side of Trinity here. There's a railing up right here. The railing. You can put the awning into. You just slide the awning in, and I've got a bunch of poles and guy wires and whatnot. There's a one of the exterior doors is here. We don't use it very often. And yeah, and the bed of the truck is actually still here. So this is the actual bed of the original truck with the headache rack. And I mounted some tools and whatnot on there. As you can see, there's a shovel on the other side, and then the splitting axe on this side. Up above there, you can see there's a fan. It runs off one of the small solar panels on the roof. That's pulling air out of basically the RV conversion whenever the sun's up. So I could theoretically take the box off and change out if I ever decided I wanted to put a different truck underneath, take it in for maintenance or whatnot. The box does come off. So the driver's side, rear compartment. These are original British Army. Yeah, that's an awesome noise. One day I'll get that hinge fixed up. I've thrown a lot of oil on it, and of course it isn't going to help that hinge much. But inside of there, I got some of the air hoses, so for inflation and deflation, freshwater hoses, propane hoses, all the hoses and whatnot are here. Here I've got the impact. There's a little electric impact for whenever I'm going to take off the nuts and whatnot. Leveling system, which again I'm debating whether to keep or not. And then your various, always have a little bit of starter fluid handy. And then I've used this everyday diesel treatment. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or a bad idea. That was some of my injector issues to begin with, because I used it with every tank just to keep her clean and a little more centane in for the engine. But yeah, let me know in the comments whether you think that's a good idea or a bad idea. The muffler, so off the S-bar, that's where the muffler comes out. It's the original military plates, so that's still there. So going to the back of the of Trinity here, I'll just get a good angle. You can see there's the stairs, which basically come off, and then they hook up onto the side here of Trinity. There, they basically sit up on there when we're going down the road. We got a couple of 12-volt lights that for when we're backing up at night. Just an area around here at night so we can get up and down the ladder without killing ourselves. There is a rear light, or sorry, a rear camera. So there is a backup camera that's on all the time into the cab, so I can see what's going on. Big door, great big door on the back. This is my power point here, so I plug into this. I made a special cable. So this was a large power supply, probably 230 or whatnot, and then I just took the guts out of it, put a twist lock connection on there, and I've got a special cord that I can plug in if we get shore power. What else in the back? Gotta love the pintle hitch on the back here. It does have trailer lights if I want to pull the trailer with it. I do have a little military trailer. One day we'll get out with it. But everybody always comments when I see people that own Land Rovers. These are the same Defender light system, so they match. There we go, and have a good look at the passenger side. One of these days, I'm going to need to put some paint on. I still think it gives it character, though, a little bit of patina and wear. All right, for the next compartment, you got to have a special little key to get in here. So I'll just open this up. So it's the back end of the battery compartment. So inside, I'll show you the batteries, but there's two SOK batteries sitting here. And then I've just plumbed down a 120 connection there. So if you're having something, this is usually the side of the truck that we're setting up with the awning, which also has, again, another awning rail here for this side. But this is usually the side we put the awning out on, and then chairs and table and whatnot. So you can plug in, and we're plugging in lights or whatever of a point for that. Down below here is the little compartment. Hinges much better. Barely makes noise, which is awesome. Electrical, so all my cords, a special twist lock cord for shore power, and then just regular old extension cords. The old converter there for ever needing 30 amp shore power. And then, yeah, I've just got some blocks. So if you ever have to jack it up, I've got, there's a block in there for chalking the wheels, etc. Need those. That's where those live. See, the dog's been over here marking territory. Here's a big toolbox. This is an add-on from the military. So in here I keep a Honda generator, just a little 1000 to get some extra power on those days you're out or it's raining and you need some extra juice in the batteries because you've been out boondocking for a long time. All right, so here, right on, mounted onto the toolbox, I have my little propane bottle. So it's just basically a little mount. This is locked. I'm gonna use a little special key. And my little bottle is sitting right there. So I do still use propane mainly for the outdoor, for the barbecue, as well as I've got a little Coleman stove, a lantern, propane lantern, etc. So that's really the only reason. Inside we use either power or butane. So I put this little bad boy away. I can get a larger, it will hold a larger 10-pound bottle if I ever wanted to upgrade. I got this little mount here from Expedition Essentials, so if you ever wanting to find out where you got that, it's Expedition Essentials. Spare tire basically lowers down off of this bracket right here, lowers down, you can change things out. This is the air over hydraulic system, so you've got your hydraulic system that goes to the brakes and your air that goes up to the pedal. Store my funnels right here. You see on this tire what I was talking about earlier, a little bit of leakage, but again, that was about a week ago, and now it's dried back up again with a little driving. Do need to start chasing some rust. Again, another thing on the project list, so I need to get in there and start chasing all this rust before she gets too carried away. All right, so now the interior of the cab. So we got the door open here, and I'll hop up in a moment, but I'll just give you a little view here. Everything's super basic. I've done a few upgrades here and there. You can see the instrument cluster there. Got my own GPS because the speedometer is not that accurate. Little heater down below here. And then I've added, again, 12-volt stuff, so I got all the cords towards GPSs and phones and tablets, everything else that you want to charge. Over on the far side there, down low, is the RPM gauge. I've added a couple of seats out of a Ford Transit. So I originally was carrying the kids around with me, so that's what they would sit in, so there's got integrated seat belts and whatnot. Probably be taking those out soon. So that put in some proper Shielman seats. And this one, I actually don't mind this one. I like, with the pad, it's not bad for longer trips. I can go a few hours and then I'll need a little bit of rest, but it's not so bad. A little bit of space behind the driver and the passenger there. I carry a little patrol bag there to carry all the paperwork and everything else, little spare tools and whatnot, extinguisher. I do run the, let me get up there. I do have the oil pressure gauge here for now. Didn't have one before, they just had a light that went on and off, so it was a little late. So I monitor it from there. I just got to extend it. One of these days I got to get that really small diameter hose and run her up to the front here. The shifters, so if it goes high and low, and then 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive are sitting back there. Cup holder, got to have your cup holders, right? Windshield washer fluid is in the weirdest place possible, right there at the passenger's foot. And then, we can't forget the turret. So we got a turret. There used to be a plate that sat right about where this seat was, so you can stand up in there. But yeah, open up the turret and stow the cap away in the summer, and it's like having a moonroof. That's pretty cool, so I'll always want to keep that. As you can see, I've climbed up to the top of the cab of the truck. See, we got a big metal platform up here. There's the cap for the turret, front head bar, light bar. So one of these days I'm going to put some storage boxes up here. It'll be either side of the turret. I have some room here too. I think this used to be an air conditioning rack. So it's still there. So there's some room there to put some boxes and some storage just kind of like along here. Yeah, and then you come up onto the roof. See if I can get that adjusted. There's 400 watts of solar, and then there's 2 extra ones. This solar panel here is for the fan, so that's the fan there. And the other one is an extra one. It came original with the truck, so that was just a small panel that they had with some AGM batteries that they had ran. So eventually I'm going to wire that one into probably a battery tender, just to keep the battery, the 24 volt system topped up. This here is the Peplink antenna, so cellular and Wi-Fi, if you can pull in Wi-Fi into the truck. It's pretty much a big Faraday cage, this truck. It's built so that not much gets into the truck, so it's hard to get cell signals into the truck. So that antenna helps out a fair bit. I was going to get a booster one of these days just to bring pure cell into the truck. And then there's the vent that I put in. And then there's the wiring for the solar panels. Old original solar panel. Back of the truck, I got these little flagpole things. I'll figure out how to mount the Starlink dish up here one of these days. Yeah, that's it. Well, thank you everybody for watching. End of another great video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button, and leave some comments below on how you feel about the video and what you saw. The next video will be about the interior, so look forward to that in the next couple of days. Thanks for watching.